King Energy Mindset, the King's Voice, how power speaks without shouting. Every man has a voice, but few understand its weight. Most talk to fill silence. Kings speak to command silence. Words are not just sounds, they are weapons, currencies, and banners. And the man who learns how to wield them doesn't just win arguments. He bends rooms, negotiations, and even relationships to his frame. Why most men talk too much. Average men mistake volume for power. They believe that speaking more means being heard more. But the opposite is true. A man who always talks reveals desperation. He shows his cards too soon. He leaks his insecurities through endless explanations. And in the process, he loses the very authority he hopes to gain. Think about it. When the truly powerful speak, they rarely rush. They let silence do half the work. Their words land like strikes, few, precise, and heavy. The physics of presence. Every king understands this. The room obeys not because of the decibels of his voice, but because of the weight behind it. A calm, steady tone signals control. Slower speech signals confidence. Pauses signal mastery of time itself. It's why in business meetings, the man who waits before answering often controls the frame. It's why in seduction, the man who doesn't rush into chatter builds tension. It's why in leadership, the man whose voice cuts through noise becomes unforgettable. Your presence is measured not by how much you say, but by how much weight your words carry. Silence as a weapon. Silence terrifies weak men. They rush to fill it with jokes, apologies, or nervous chatter. But kings know silence is one of the most dominant moves you can make. In negotiation, silence forces the other side to reveal more. In seduction, silence forces her to lean into your frame. In leadership, silence makes people reflect on your words long after they're spoken. When you control silence, you control tempo. And when you control tempo, you control the game. Words as currency. Not all words are equal. Some are loose change, others are gold. A king spends his words like a disciplined investor. No wasted energy, no cheap promises, no unnecessary explanations. Every phrase has purpose. Look at great leaders throughout history. Caesar, Churchill, Mandela. They weren't remembered for endless speeches. They were remembered for lines that carried nations. Your task is to make your words memorable, not plentiful. Seduction and the king's voice. Women feel tone more than logic. A deep, grounded voice calms her nervous system. A deliberate pause makes her lean closer. A playful whisper destabilizes her frame. But here's the key. The voice works only if it's backed by authenticity. You can't fake authority with pitch alone. It comes from inner alignment, when your mission, your body, and your words all resonate as one. The man who speaks from mission speaks with gravity, and women can't resist gravity. Business and the language of kings. In business, communication is the battlefield. Contracts, pitches, negotiations, all won or lost through words. But again, it's not about saying more, it's about saying the right thing at the right time. Positioning is language, branding is language, leadership is language. He who frames the conversation owns the market. The King's Oath. Speak less, mean more. The king's voice is not about shouting louder. It's about embodying a presence so strong that even a whisper commands attention. So practice restraint. Guard your words like treasures. Let silence carry your authority. When you do speak, speak with precision, clarity, and power. Because in the end, men are remembered not by the noise they made, but by the words that outlived them. Discipline builds your strength. Solitude sharpens your vision. But the voice, your voice, is what makes the world listen.